Stretch it ahead. Matheos is in, backhand, score.
Gets it back, Coleman side of that. Goal! Carson Falk!
Here's Siri dancing into the goal, backhand.
Left side of Sportsmanlike. He's behind the defense. He's got to break the beat. He scores! Across the line to the net, he scores!
Trailer, Byram, Draymond scores!
Comes in, shoots!
On the overtime period, Utah tries a backhand shot, he scores!
Looking back more, they score. Alexia down the left wing. He'll now just take it to the net.
Great stuff. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2019 WHL Awards. I'm Sam Cosentino from Sportsnet. Been here so much the last few years, I feel like I should be renting a place here with all the events that have been had, and I'm really thankful to be back here. Along with my colleague, as everyone knows in this town, Red Deer Rebels, Cam Moon. So we're really looking forward to what the program has to offer here this afternoon. And we're here today to honor the best, the cream of the crop of the Western Hockey League in 13 different categories. Today we recognize the top players, coaches, managers, and officials for the 2018-19 WHL season as voted on by WHL management, coaching, staff, and those of us in the media as well. The 2018-19 WHL season was definitely one to remember. It was pretty neat for me to kind of keep an eye on things from afar and get into the league on a couple of different occasions. But watching the Prince Albert Raiders rise to prominence once again, we saw a couple of Saskatchewan-based teams last year, Regina hosting the 100th Memorial Cup presented by Kia, and we saw the Swift Current Broncos just got their way to an Ed Chynoweth Cup trophy, which was pretty neat. But then to see what happened this year and the Saskatoon Blades coming back into prominence, a really important part of what the Western Hockey League has to offer. And how about Prince Albert? Just an amazing season. And I think about that 22-game stretch that ended on December 9th, and that was coinciding with what Brent Leeson was doing so well at points in 30 straight games. They play Saskatoon, they lose 1-0. Both streaks end at the same time, but that didn't obviously take anything away from what was a 112-point season, 54 wins, and nice to see that the number one ranked team in the Eastern Conference will play for a title against the Vancouver Giants. You know, one thing that's of great interest to me is the NHL draft, and I've been lucky enough that Sportsnet has put their trust in me to be able to cover the draft on a regular basis. And, you know, you go back to last year, and I think about Ty Smith going at 17 to New Jersey, and what an awesome young man. We'll hopefully get a chance to see some of him today. And I think about Alexander Alexiev and all the hardships he went through, you know, and being drafted 31st by the Washington Capitals. And then I'm looking at this year and I'm saying, oh man, I'm really excited to get my hands into the Western League and watch these players. Bowen Byram, 26 goals. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable for a defenseman and leading all the WHL scorers right now. It's amazing to think that, you know, a 17-year-old is able to do that in his draft year and in such a big market where there's a lot of pressure in Vancouver. And then I think about Kirby Dach, and it was pretty neat for me. We did 3 games in that series there against Saskatoon. And in that first game, it didn't go so well for the Blades. They ended up losing 6-1, and Kirby Dach became the object of my eye. And I said, Kirby, man, you got to get to the net, use that big frame, get to the net. And then in the next couple of games, he was absolutely brilliant. So it's fun to watch how on the day-to-day, how players respond and react, and being ranked here highly by National Hockey League Central Scouting. And then I look at Dylan Cousins, big, tall kid, great speed, excellent story, leaves home to pursue his career with Lethbridge, and, you know, a big playoff performer there, goes and represents Canada once again. Awesome stuff. And then Peyton Krebs was a guy that we were able to sink our hands into a little bit at the Sherwin-Williams the top prospects game. And it was really interesting to see this young man and just how mature he was. But all of these players, 4 of them ranked in the top 10, 40 players all told in terms of skaters for NHL Central Scouting on their final list, 10 goaltenders. You know, the one thing that's such a big part of what we have across the CHL, but in particular for where it stands with these awards, is the WHL Scholarship. It recorded a record 405 scholarships awarded during the 2018-19 season. And you look at the investment going over this year alone, $2.6 million contributed by our clubs for the ongoing education of our players, of our student athletes. An investment in the grand total of $25 million over the last 25 years, the history of the program. Really, really great stuff. 77 graduates attended 77 different post-secondary education places around the country to take advantage of the program. 199 WHL graduates continue to play hockey at the U Sports level, and for those of you who think that the U Sports isn't the level to be played at, the hockey is simply unbelievable. I've had the opportunity to call several national championships. And then I look at 83 WHL graduates competed in the U Cup this year alone. Pretty awesome stuff. And then we talk about some individual accomplishments. Joachim Blickfield of the Portland Winterhawks won the Bobby Clark Trophy, 114 points. And we had some other people reach the century mark. And this was kind of cool for me because I look at Tristan Langan of the Moose Jaw Warriors and how he was 16 goals, I think it was, last year and comes back and he's over 50 this year. I think about Brandon Hagel here for the locals. I had the opportunity to watch this guy in the 15-16, 16-17 season. He gets drafted by Buffalo, awesome story, and then he kind of tails off a little bit in 17-18, and he was back and arguably Red Deer's best player every single night that led to a free agent contract with Chicago. Really, really impressed by Brandon. And then Trey Fix-Wolanski, big coming out party for him this year. And Justin Almeida, Pittsburgh fifth rounder, signs a contract. I mean, really, really awesome stuff from what we're seeing individually, team-wise, across the Western Hockey League. Cam?
Thanks, Sam. We also had some 50-goal scorers this year in the WHL, a couple of them. Joachim Blickfeld with the Portland Winterhawks, Tristan Langan of the Moose Jaw Warriors, each with 53. And right here in Red Deer, we were able to host the 2019 Sherwin-Williams CHL, NHL Top Prospects game. We had that at the Centrium. That was January 23rd, an exciting game, went right down to the wire, and a comeback win for Team Orr. And we had 15 WHL players taking part in that event, Dylan Cousins and Kirby Dock. They were able to captain their respective teams with Team Cherry and Team Orr. Kelowna Rockets finding out that they're going to be hosting the 2020 Memorial Cup presented by Kia, and that was in October. And we had 11 WHL players, 4 WHL staff that won gold with Canada when we had the 2018 Hlinka Gretzky Cup in Edmonton and right here in Red Deer. The WHL players that were involved in that event, Taylor Gauthier from the Prince George Cougars, Nolan Meyer from the Saskatoon Blades, Owen Byram from the Vancouver Giants, Caden Korzak from the Kelowna Rockets, Matthew Robertson of the Edmonton Oil Kings, Braden Schneider of the Brandon Wheat Kings, Dylan Cousins of the Lethbridge Hurricanes, Kirby Dock from Saskatoon, Peyton Krebs from the Kootenay Ice, Sasha Mutala from the Tri-City Americans, Josh William from the Medicine Hat Tigers, and now with the Edmonton Oil Kings, and from the staff, Alan Miller, Mitch Love, Andrew Doty, and Jason LaBarbera. So congrats to those guys representing Canada and the WHL very well. And Team WHL went 1-1-0 in the 2018 CIBC Canada-Russia series with great games, exciting, successful in Kamloops and Vancouver. And this year coming up, they will be in Prince Albert and Saskatoon. It's now my pleasure to introduce Mayor Veer to bring greetings on behalf of the City of Red Deer.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Commissioner Robison, award recipients, and honored guests to our city. Today, we welcome the opportunity to once again demonstrate our love of our national sport and to welcome our friends in the Western Hockey League as well as the national and international hockey community to our Red Deer once again. Our city's proud partnership with the WHL has been solidified, as has been mentioned, through events such as the Memorial Cup, the Top Prospects game, and now for the annual Bantam Draft and WHL Awards. And we hope that this partnership continues for many, many years to come. On behalf of our city team and our citizens, we would like to welcome all of you back to Red Deer this week and to publicly acknowledge the incredible leadership and staff and volunteers of the partner organizations who've brought us to this day. Of course, the WHL, every Dub team represented here, and our very own Red Deer Rebels for all that you do and indeed continue to do to ensure that hockey remains Canada's game. Today's awards and this week's draft are reminders of a fact that everyone in this room is acutely aware of. Hockey is not just a game. It's not just any sport. It is unequivocally the most challenging and competitive of athletic endeavors. It is, for many reasons, arguably the sport of sports. Hockey athletes across our country, hockey athletes like those we honor today, set a new standard for what it means to be an athlete, demonstrating courage, and character, both on and off the ice. Our game necessitates speed, skill, and strength, and demands a strong mental game in foreseeing the play, making the play, and in player and team resiliency through the play. Hockey, and all who participate in it, command our respect. Hockey, for these reasons, arguably belongs to only the most elite of athletes. But part of what compels us to hockey is that it also belongs to all of us. Hockey is our national unifier. It is a catalyst for family life, for community life. It is, in the words of our own coach Sutter, community life because rinks are the lifeblood of communities across our country. Hockey is the rallying catalyst of the true north. Hockey is indeed synonymous with being Canadian. Today's awards and this week's draft are more than just annual events. Every junior team is far more than the colors that we wear on Saturday nights when the people of communities from coast to coast to coast come together. They are representative of, you all are representative of, the power of sport, the power of hockey to build both community and country. Ladies and gentlemen, we congratulate today's award recipients and look forward to witnessing Canada's young hockey talent realize their dreams in this week's draft, in the sport we love and proudly claim as our own. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Veer. It's now my pleasure to introduce the Commissioner of the Western Hockey League, Mr. Ron Robison.
Thanks very much, Cam. Good afternoon, everyone. And on behalf of the Western Hockey League, Board of Governors, and our 22 member clubs, welcome to the 2019 edition of the WHL Awards. Each year at this time, we come together to celebrate the amazing accomplishments of those who matter most to the WHL, our players, and to our coaches, managers, and officials who do such a tremendous job of supporting these young athletes throughout the course of the season. Congratulations to all award nominees for your outstanding achievements this season, and we look forward to the awards a little later on in the program. From a player's standpoint, all of this would not be possible without the support and encouragement you receive from your parents and other family members, many of which are here today with us. Our WHL clubs take great pride in being referred to by the hockey industry as the finest development league of its kind in the world today. This is in large part due to the fact that our clubs invest heavily in providing the best possible environment for our players to develop both on and off the ice. On the ice, the WHL continues to be a leading producer of NHL talent, and as mentioned by Sam earlier, this will be on full display at this year's NHL draft in Vancouver in June, where we expect the WHL to have one of the most successful drafts in our history. Off the ice, the WHL celebrated our 25th anniversary of the WHL Scholarship Program. In the past 25 years, over 6,000 graduates have utilized their WHL scholarships, representing an investment in excess of $25 million by our WHL club ownership. This season alone, a record-setting 405 graduates took advantage of the WHL scholarship to attend post-secondary institutions throughout North America. Each season, I marvel at the great work our clubs do in the community. From sponsoring minor hockey programs to supporting a wide variety of charitable causes, some which you'll see here later today, our clubs contribute over $4 million annually to our communities. The WHL would simply not be in a position we are in today without the loyal support of our corporate partners, broadcasters, media, and certainly our fans throughout the league. Congratulations to the Prince Albert Raiders and to the Vancouver Giants. After a short absence, they're back in a championship series, which will start this Friday in Prince Albert. It should be a great atmosphere in both Prince Albert and Vancouver as these teams battle to see who will represent the WHL at this year's Memorial Cup in Halifax. In closing, special thanks to all of the trophy honorees who are here with us today, who make that special effort to join us each year for our WHL Awards. And thanks very much to the City of Red Deer, our great friend Mayor Veer, the Red Deer Rebels, and our staff of the WHL led by Allison Chambers, who make this event as special as it is today for everyone in attendance. Thanks very much.
Thanks so much, Ron. And you know, you're talking about Prince Albert and the atmosphere there, and I came back to the podium. I'm looking for my milk crate. And I'd never seen that before. So we were in there doing games in the second round against Saskatoon, and I'm saying, what are these people doing? What's with the milk crates? And then I get told later on, well, yeah, they need the milk crates. How are they going to see over the people in front of them? I said, well, what do you mean? Oh, yeah, these are the stand-up people. And they get milk crates, and they stand upon them so they can see over the row of people. And I got to tell you, the burst when the Raiders came out on the ice was awesome. That's something I really appreciate. I hadn't done a game there since about 2008, and getting back there this year was really fun. Now time to get to the program and our first award. The WHL remains committed to academic excellence and recognizing those who achieve it. As such, the WHL Scholastic Team of the Year Award is presented to the WHL club that has achieved the highest overall academic standing during the 2018-19 season. WHL clubs are governed by league-wide education standards to ensure players achieve their academic goals while playing at the highest level in the Western Hockey League. In its 25th year, the WHL Scholarship has provided over 6,000 graduates with an opportunity to pursue post-secondary education, including a record 405 this year alone during the 18-19 season. Along the way, $25 million has been invested by our clubs and by WHL ownership, helping make the WHL Scholarship the most comprehensive of its kind anywhere in North America. Here to present the award, we welcome back WHL Commissioner Ron Robison. The recipient of the 2018-19 WHL Scholastic Team of the Year Award is the Portland Winterhawks.
The WHL Scholastic Team of the Year is the Portland Winterhawks. For the sixth time since the 99-2000 season, the Portland Winterhawks represent the top of the academic class in the WHL. Under the guidance of longtime education advisor Sue Johnson, the Winterhawks education program excelled once again in 2018-19 with 8 high school students combining for an average GPA of 90%. 16 Winterhawks completed a minimum of 6 post-secondary credits, solidifying the team's place as a champion of the WHL's education mandate.
Accepting this award for the Portland Winterhawks is Kyle Gustafson, the Associate Coach and Assistant General Manager of the Portland Winterhawks. Thanks, Kyle. And if we can turn, please, our attention back to the screens for a message from Sue Johnson, the Winterhawks Education Advisor.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor to receive the Scholastic Team of the Year Award. In Portland, all the players attend school, be it high school or college. Portland's philosophy is about nurturing, supporting, and encouraging all players to reach their potential, be it in classroom or on the ice. So this award celebrates our players' extraordinary efforts, both in the classroom and in the community. We appreciate the league highlighting this award. We thank our parents for their support of our efforts. And I personally thank the Winterhawk organization for emphasizing the importance of education and service. Thank you again for this honor.
All right, Kyle. It takes a lot of time and effort for players to juggle education and a WHL schedule. What does this award mean to the Winterhawks program?
Well, I think this award means a lot to our program. It's always nice to get recognized for off-ice achievements, that's for sure. But I got to tell you, it's Sue Johnson that makes this award. It's her hard work, her dedication, not only to the education program, but to the players. And without her, we couldn't do this.
How dedicated were your players this year to making sure they did well when it came to the books?
Well, I think very. We talked to our group early in the season, and it's definitely a trophy that we strive for. But it's the extra tutors. It's in Portland, we asked our college players to take 2 online courses. So it's that kind of dedication that you need to make this happen.
All right, Kyle. Thanks very much.
Thanks.
Yep.
Thank you, Ron. Congratulations, Sue, Kyle, and the Portland Winterhawks.
The WHL Scholastic Player of the Year Award recognizes a WHL player who's excelled both in the classroom and on the ice during the Western Hockey League regular season. The WHL Scholastic Player of the Year Award is named in honor of the late co-owner of the Calgary Flames, Mr. Doc Seaman, who played a vital role in establishing the WHL's education program and was one of Canada's leading hockey philanthropists.
The nominees for WHL Scholastic Player of the Year are, from the Eastern Conference, Jacob Brook of the Prince Albert Raiders. The native of Roblin, Manitoba, broke into the WHL as a rookie in 2018-19 and managed the transition in the classroom admirably. The 17-year-old forward maintained an overall average of 92% in his grade 11 year, with strong showings in English 20, Native Studies 20, Physical Science 20, and Physical Education 20. From the Western Conference, Dustin Wolf of the Everett Silvertips. The native of Tustin, California, enjoyed a career season on the ice and an even better one in the classroom. Wolf maintained a perfect 100% average for the current academic year, as well as an overall average of 98.8% for his high school years.
Here to present this prestigious award, WHL Scholarship graduate from the Western Hockey League office, the Director of Operations and Education Services, Mr. Greg Gardner. And from CIBC, an official partner of the Western Hockey League, General Manager of CIBC Red Deer North, Ms. Melanie Bobick. The recipient of the 2018-19 WHL Scholastic Player of the Year Award, with an over 98% average throughout his high school career, is Dustin Wolf of the Everett Silvertips.
All right, smart guy. You know, I looked at that 98%, and early on in the year, I could have sworn that was your save percentage. How was it that you were able to mesh the school work along with being such a great goaltender with Everett?
Yeah, it's definitely not an easy task to accomplish, but I think from the help of my parents and the support they give me and being able to live at home, and also the help of our educational provider in Everett, Darren Parsons, and also the tutors in Everett, I wouldn't be able to do it without them.
When you look at all the work that goes into it, all the hours that go into it, how much time are you spending on average per week when you're balancing out the hockey? We know that schedule's heavy, but in terms of putting forth the hard work to achieve the grades you did.
Yeah, it's a lot. After when you go in the rink in the morning, you're getting your workout and you're skating, and then you come home and you're just forced to do your work until it's done. And it's a lot of late nights, and definitely on the road trips and in the bus as well. It's something I take a lot of pride in, and I'm very happy.
Congratulations on this award.
Thank you.
Dustin Wolf of the Everett Silvertips.
Thanks, Melanie. Greg, congratulations, Dustin.
The The WHL Official of the Year award is named in memory of former WHL referee Alan Paradise, honoring his many years of service in the Western Hockey League as an on-ice official and a supervisor. The WHL Official of the Year award is presented to the referee or the linesman considered to be the top-ranked on-ice official during the 2018-19 regular season. Here to present the award is WHL officiating development coach Mr. Tom Cowell, who himself was the first ever recipient of the Alan Paradise Award back in 1995, and from the Western Hockey League, Senior Director of Officiating Mr. Kevin Mensch. Now, the recipient of the 2018-19 WHL Official of the Year Award for a remarkable third year is Brett Iverson.
The WHL Official of the Year is Brett Iverson. For the third consecutive season, Brett Iverson is the WHL's Official of the Year. Recently named to the officiating team for the 2019 IIHF Men's World Championship for the fourth consecutive season, Iverson has enjoyed a remarkable set of assignments over his career, including skating at the 2018 Winter Olympics, in the gold medal game at the 2016 World Junior Championship, many CHL top prospects and CIBC Canada-Russia Series games, as well as multiple Memorial Cup games.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brett Iverson.
All right, Brett. Well, it's the first time you've actually showed up for this, so that's good. It was before Brett's wife would be up here to accept it for him, and I'm not going to lie, I'm a little disappointed you showed up today. But we got you here anyway. Let's talk about the award. What does it mean to you?
It's pretty special. I think if you look at the past recipients of the Alan Paradise Award, I've learned a lot from those guys, and it's truly special to be on that same list.
How does the WHL prepare you to be a referee at the next level?
Oh, they prepare you big time. I think it's a testament to the work that Kevin Mensch and the supervisory staff do in the Western Hockey League, and not just myself, but obviously every other official that's had success. So,
congratulations, Brett.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for showing up.
Okay. Thanks, Kevin. Tom, congratulations, Brett.
Giving back to the community and producing an electrifying game day experience for fans is paramount for all WHL clubs. The WHL Business Award is presented to the WHL club who best exemplifies these areas throughout the WHL regular season.
The nominees for the WHL Business Award are, from the Eastern Conference, the Lethbridge Hurricanes, enjoying extensive growth in all major business categories in 2018-19. The Hurricanes continued to dominate the local sports scene in Lethbridge. The Hurricanes helped contribute $181,000 toward local fundraisers and charitable organizations, further strengthening the club's stance in the community during the 2018-19 WHL season. From the Western Conference, the Everett Silvertips, experiencing notable growth in all major business categories in 2018-19, the Silvertips continue to succeed through the use of strong communication and engagement with fans in the Everett area. An innovator in the area of game night promotion and community involvement, the Silvertips contributed nearly $130,000 to local fundraisers and charitable organizations during the 2018-19 WHL season.
To present this award, please welcome the Vice President of Business for the Western Hockey League, Mrs. Yvonne Bergman. The recipient of the 2018-2019 WHL Business Award is the Everett Silvertips. Accepting the award on behalf of the Silvertips is Chief Operating Officer Mr. Zoran Ratchik.
All right, Zorn, you're not getting away that easily. Congratulations. You know, I always rave about my time going back to Everett, and it was some time ago, but when you guys were in those battles with Vancouver, I hadn't experienced that type of excitement and passion from the fans. What is it about your fans that enables you and your club to win this award?
Well, I think it's the effort that the staff puts in. I think for us, when we look at it, it's about entertaining the fan. It's about coming to a game, getting a good quality hockey game, which Western Hockey League provides every night, and then we try to step it up a notch and really provide the entertainment component. And our staff do an incredible job of making sure that the fans leave with a great experience at the end of the night.
You come up here and you represent a staff, but what does this award mean to the club? What does it mean to the franchise?
Well, I think it's very important. I think the league itself, over the time that we've been in the Western Hockey League, keeps evolving. And the Western Hockey League strives at making the business component very important, as we do with any part of the aspects of the Western Hockey League. So as far as grooming staff, ticket sales, promotions, all those kind of things, I think the Western Hockey League does an exemplary job of trying to put forth what it's like to run a major junior hockey club, and in varying different markets, whether you're a small market or a big market. I think there's a lot of things to share amongst our group and to make it one of the best games for people to attend on a game in and game out basis.
Zorn, congratulations to yourself and the entire Everett Silvertips organization.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yvonne. Congratulations to Zorn and the Everett Silvertips.
The Lloyd Saunders Memorial Trophy honors a WHL club executive for the contribution he has made to his club's overall performance, both on and off the ice during the 2018-19 regular season. The late Lloyd Saunders was a major supporter of the Western Hockey League and was one of Western Canada's longest-serving sportscasters.
The nominees for WHL Executive of the Year are: from the Eastern Conference, Curtis Hunt of the Prince Albert Raiders. In his 4th season as a WHL general manager, the native of North Battleford, Saskatchewan, built a Raiders squad that cruised to a WHL best record that included 54 wins. Hunt executed a number of key acquisitions to bolster his roster as the Raiders finished with the 2nd best record in the Canadian Hockey League. From the Western Conference, Gary Davidson of the Everett Silvertips. Winner of the Lloyd Saunders Memorial Trophy as the WHL's Executive of the Year in 2018, Davidson once again built a successful Silvertips squad to claim a 2nd consecutive U.S. Division title. For the 3rd straight season, Davidson's roster surpassed the 40-win plateau.
Here to present the Lloyd Saunders Memorial Trophy for WHL Executive of the Year is Leanne Warren, the daughter of Lloyd Saunders, and Vice President Hockey for the Western Hockey League, Mr. Richard Dirksen. The recipient of the WHL Executive of the Year award is Curtis Hunt, the General Manager of the Prince Albert Raiders.
Curtis, an exciting time for the Raiders, Eastern Conference champions. You were part of an Eastern Conference championship as a player and a WHL championship and a Memorial Cup championship with the Raiders. Now as a general manager, winning this award, what does that mean to you?
Well, it's humbling. You're voted by your peers, and it's a group of gentlemen I really respect. The second part is I think it's indicative of our organization as a whole. We're a small group, and I think it's the job Mark Habscheid does and our coaching staff, Mike Sissons and our business staff, and now led by Kurt Brownlee, our scouting staff as well, and it's nice.
You had a team that pushed last season hard to get into the playoffs, got some experience. Now this year's taken it up another notch. How rewarding is it to see the group of guys that you had from a year ago to move to this point where we are now, heading to the WHL final?
Well, it really started 3 years ago, and actually I share this with Ronnie Gunville and his family and the terrific support. Unfortunately, he's watching from afar, but see these kids, we've gone through a lot together. We've had some tough nights and some long nights, but things seemed to fall into place. And again, a terrific job by our coaching staff and the kids to make it happen every night.
Congratulations, Curtis.
Thank you.
Curtis Hunt, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, Richard. Leanne, congratulations, Curtis.
The WHL Coach of the Year Award is presented to the coach who has had the greatest impact on his club's performance during the Western Hockey League regular season. This trophy is named in memory of the legendary Brandon Wheat Kings head coach, Dunk McCallum, who was twice named WHL Coach of the Year while building the Wheat Kings into a league powerhouse in the 1970s.
The nominees for WHL Coach of the Year are, from the Eastern Conference, Mark Habscheid of the Prince Albert Raiders. In his 15th season as a WHL head coach, Habscheid guided the Raiders to a WHL best record of 54-10-2-2, capturing the Scotty Munro Memorial Trophy as WHL regular season champions. The native of Swift Current, Saskatchewan, registered his 500th career regular season coaching victory in the process, and now ranks 8th all-time among WHL coaches. From the Western Conference, Michael Dick of the Vancouver Giants. In his 5th season as a WHL head coach and first at the helm in Vancouver, Dick led the Giants to a record of 48-15-3-2, capturing the club's first BC Division title since 2010. The native of Lethbridge put in place a structured defense as the stingy Giants allowed the third fewest goals in the entire WHL.
Here to present the Dunk McCallum Memorial Trophy for the WHL Coach of the Year, the nephew of the late Dunk McCallum, Mr. Brent McCallum. And we are in Red Deer, so it's only fitting that we have the 2001 winner of this award on hand to help present. Please welcome the most recent member of the WHL's 500-win club, the 9th coach in history to do so, Mr. Brent Sutter. The recipient of the 2018-19 WHL Coach of the Year, who, as you heard, also joined the 500-win club this season, is Mark Habscheid, head coach of the Prince Albert Raiders.
Mark, congratulations. We've spent some time with you here going back to the second round. You talk about this being a special group. What is it about your hockey club that makes it so special?
Obviously, it's the people. First, I'd like to congratulate Michael Dick on the season he had and wish him good luck in about 2 weeks, not any sooner than that. So, and all the other coaches in the league, it's a great job we have, and it's a privilege to be in this league. And I just think with the job that Ronnie and Richard and everyone does in the league, and Bruce, and it's such a good league, and I think it's just special to be in the league.
You've got an interesting group of players that's really deep in terms of their on ice, but when we've talked often, it's about, hey, wearing maybe the lumber jacket or putting on a hat and coming to the rink in the cold, a low maintenance group.
Yeah, they are. They're a special group. They really are. We've faced some adversity this year. You know, there's been some tragedies in our organization for losing people like Ronnie and Donnie Clark, and you know, Adam Harrell played for us for a little bit last year, and I think that's bound the group together, and the city itself. I mean, it's been a long time coming, 34 years since we got to the league final again, and the night before the tickets went on sale, there was actually ice shacks out in front of the rink where people were sleeping in them to get tickets. So it's been good for the city, and hopefully we can keep it going.
Congratulations.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you to Brent, and Brent, congratulations, Mark.
The Doug Wickenheiser Memorial Trophy recognizes the work players do to make an impact within the community in which they play, in which they live. The WHL Humanitarian of the Year trophy was named in memory of former NHL player and Regina Pats great Doug Wickenheiser, who served as an exceptional role model while participating in a wide variety of community charitable activities throughout the course of his career.
The nominees for WHL Humanitarian of the Year are, from the Eastern Conference, Will Warm of the Edmonton Oil Kings. The native of Whistler, BC, dressed in just 33 regular season games due to injury, but made a lasting impact off the ice in Edmonton. Creating the initiative, Will Warms the Community. The Oil Kings defenseman connected with and made a difference for many families he met through Ronald McDonald House Charities. From the Western Conference, Jared Dimitru of the Vancouver Giants. The native of Craven, Saskatchewan, led the Giants with the unveiling of the Be a Giant campaign to promote positive behavior for local youth in schools, homes, and communities. Dimitru took initiative in organizing the Giants' Movember team, which raised over $2,600 for men's health initiatives.
Here to present the Doug Wickenheiser Humanitarian of the Year Award is Mr. Kurt Wickenheiser, the brother of the late Doug, and WHL alumni and 2002 recipient of the Doug Wickenheiser Memorial Trophy, Mr. Brandon Cote. The recipient of the 2018-19 WHL Humanitarian of the Year Award is Edmonton Oil Kings defenseman Will Warm.
Will, congratulations on a very exciting season that goes to the Eastern Conference final. Winning this award, what does it mean to you?
Yeah, it's a huge honor to win this award. Obviously had an injury that put me out for a few months, so kind of set my focus on putting myself into the community and trying to make an impact there, so I'm extremely honored to win this award.
As a Western League player, you're a busy guy with practice, with travel, with games. But to find the time, beyond that, to give back to the community, how significant is that for you to be able to do that?
Yeah, as a Western Hockey League player, we're lucky to have a role in the community where people look up to us. So I think being able to give back and make an impact in some of these kids' lives is pretty special, and it's just honestly humbling being able to spend time with some of those people from Ronald McDonald House and learn so much from them. So grateful for that opportunity.
Awesome. Will, congratulations.
Thank you.
Will Warm, everybody.
Thanks, Kurt. Brandon, congrats.
As a player, Brad Horning combined talent, desire, and discipline on the ice. The Brad Horning Trophy honors WHL players who display these same attributes. Brad's strength and courage continues to be an inspiration to us all, and we're honored to have him here with us here today.
The nominees for WHL Most Sportsmanlike Player of the Year are, from the Eastern Conference, Justin Almeida of the Moose Jaw Warriors. The native of Kitimat, BC, finished third in WHL scoring with a career-high 111 points with only 14 penalty minutes to his name, the fewest among the top 15 scorers in the WHL. A prospect of the Pittsburgh Penguins, Almeida notched 78 assists to lead the entire WHL. From the Western Conference, Cody Glass of the Portland Winterhawks. For the second consecutive year, the native of Winnipeg is nominated for the WHL's Brad Horning Trophy. A prospect of the Vegas Golden Knights, Glass served a mere 18 penalty minutes and produced at an incredible rate this season, scoring 69 points in only 38 games.
Presenting the WHL Most Sportsmanlike Player of the Year Award, Mr. Brad Horning himself, and from Real Canadian Superstore, an official partner of the Western Hockey League, District Manager, Calgary North, Mr. Ryan Mickle. The recipient of the 2018-19 WHL Most Sportsmanlike Player of the Year Award is forward Justin Almeida of the Moose Jaw Warriors.
All right, Justin. Watch you play here the last couple of years. I'm going to throw an elbow at you because you're probably not going to get back after me, right? 200 points over the last 2 years. I mean, it's not like you're standing on the outside. How is it that someone like yourself, who's continuously producing such a great number of points, is able to stay out of the penalty box?
I'd rather be on the ice scoring than be in the box watching the game. So anytime on the ice, I feel like I can help my team. And when you're in the box, you feel like you hurt the team. So I never want to do that. And being respectful to officials and the other opponents is something I look to do.
Tristan Langen, Braden Tracy, you played with them most of the year. Talk about your successes, not just with your line, but with your team, the Moose Jaw Warriors.
Yeah, our team had great success. It starts with our coaching staff and our management giving us the right tools and the mindset of our team. We had a lot younger team this year and a lot of new guys, so it's the hard-working attitude, I think, that contributed to my success.
Justin, congratulations on another fantastic season and winning this award.
Thank you.
Justin Almeida.
Thank you, Brad. Ryan, congratulations, Justin. The Jim Piggott Memorial Trophy recognizes the player whose performance in his first season in the Western Hockey League is considered to be the most outstanding amongst all the rookies. The WHL Rookie of the Year award was named in memory of Jim Piggott, a former Saskatoon Blades owner and a co-founder of the Western Hockey League.
The nominees for WHL Rookie of the Year are, from the Eastern Conference, Braden Tracy of the Moose Jaw Warriors. The 17-year-old native of Calgary exploded onto the scene in 2018-19. Leading all WHL rookies in scoring with 81 points in 66 games. Selected by the Warriors 21st overall in the 2016 WHL Bantam Draft, the 6-foot, 174-pound left winger is eligible for the 2019 NHL Draft and ranked 21st among North American skaters by NHL Central Scouting. From the Western Conference, Lassie Thompson of the Kelowna Rockets. The 18-year-old from Tampere, Finland, made an immediate impact with the Rockets, tallying 41 points in 63 games to lead all WHL rookie defensemen in scoring. Selected by the Rockets, 53rd overall at the 2018 CHL Import Draft, Thompson is eligible for the 2019 NHL Draft and ranked 15th among North American skaters by NHL Central Scouting.
Here to present the award, please welcome from Wawanesa, an official partner of the Western Hockey League, Regional Vice President Alberta, Keith Hartree, and WHL alumni, one of my favorites, Matthew Phillips, who just completed his first season with the Stockton Heat in the American Hockey League, the affiliate of the Calgary Flames, and he was also the 2016 recipient of the Jim Piggott Memorial Trophy. The winner of the WHL Rookie of the Year award is forward Braden Tracy of the Moose Jaw Warriors.
Braden, that's a heck of a first year. Tell me about this award and what it means to you.
Yeah, I'm pretty honored to be recognized by a league like this in my first year, but once again, it doesn't come out with the organization of Moose Jaw. I think obviously being a part of that, something special, and my teammates back in Moose Jaw has helped me out a long way here.
Making the jump from midget or from school sport to the Western Hockey League sometimes can be a real big jump. How much will this first year help you moving forward?
Yeah, I think being a rookie in the league, you got to learn a lot, and I think with the older guys we had on the team, they were great to me. Coming in with school, it's obviously tough switching schools and being on a new team, but I think all the old guys taught me a lot, and I just got to take it in next year.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats, Braden. Thank you, Keith. Matthew, thank you.
In his 2 seasons with the WHL's Flin Flon Bombers, Hall of Fame legend Bob Clark captured consecutive WHL scoring titles. Here to present the Bob Clark Trophy, presenting on behalf of Mr. Clark, Mr. John Chapman, longtime general manager and coach in the WHL and current pro scout with the Philadelphia Flyers, and representing the Insurance Brokers Association of Alberta, an official partner of the WHL from Freeman Insurance, Ms. Vicki Livingstone. The recipient of the 2018-19 WHL Top Scorer Award is forward Joachim Blichfeld of the Portland Winterhawks.
The winner of the Bobby Clark Trophy as WHL top scorer is Joachim Blichfeld of the Portland Winterhawks. With 53 goals and 114 points, the native of Frederikshavn, Denmark, becomes the second Winterhawks forward in the last 5 years to win the WHL scoring title, following in the footsteps of countryman Oliver Bjorkstrand. A prospect of the San Jose Sharks, the 20-year-old Blichfeld's 53 goals, 61 assists, and 114 points all represent career highs.
Hey guys, I'm sorry I can't be there. I'm trying out for the Danish national team right now, going into the World Championships. I just want to say I'm truly honored to be getting the Bobby Clark Trophy, and I obviously couldn't have done it without all my teammates, the coaching staff. I want to thank Mike, Gussie, and Don. Those guys have been the best coaching duo I ever had. I want to thank my parents for helping me out all these years, and especially my village for taking so good care of me.
As you can see, Joachim could not be here today, but accepting the award on his behalf is Mike Johnston, Vice President, General Manager, and Head Coach of the Portland Winterhawks.
So, Mike, what makes Joachim such a dangerous player? Why is he such an offensive threat?
Well, he has the big shot. I think everybody in our division would say that about him when you're pre-scouting our team. He loves to score. And I think probably the third thing was, and you're always looking as a coach to put combinations of players together. And when he came back from San Jose, we didn't play them together a lot last year. We decided to put Glass and Blish together. And they were like magic. They found each other all over the ice. And at times, Blish was banging his stick, waiting for that pass from Cody, but they just had unique chemistry.
What is it about Portland and Danish players? I mean, Bjorkstrand playing with Columbus in the playoffs. You got this guy trying out for a national team, really successful Danish players with the Winterhawks.
I don't think we would have looked there, except I remember with Kyle and Travis Green, we were sitting at Christmas watching the World Junior, and Denmark was playing in Canada, and they had two young kids playing for them. One of them was Bjorkstrand, and we looked at him and we said, gee, maybe that's a country. They're starting to produce players. Kids are going to Sweden to play. Maybe that's a country we should look to, because we had Barchi and Niederreiter from Switzerland, and then we had Bjorkstrand and we had Blish from Denmark. Both real quality players, but more importantly, great kids.
Well, congratulations to your club and to your player, Joachim. Thank you.
Thanks, Sam.
Thank you, John, Vicki, Mike. Congratulations to Joachim.
The Del Wilson Memorial Trophy for the WHL Goaltender of the Year is presented to the goaltender who is considered to have been the most outstanding amongst all WHL goalies during the regular season. The Goaltender of the Year trophy is named in honor of the late Mr. Del Wilson, longtime general manager of the Regina Pats and a co-founder of the Western Hockey League.
The nominees for WHL Goaltender of the Year are, from the Eastern Conference, Ian Scott of the Prince Albert Raiders. The 20-year-old native of Calgary enjoyed a career season, setting personal bests in wins, goals against average, save percentage, and shutouts. A prospect of the Toronto Maple Leafs, Scott led the WHL in shutouts and was second in wins, goals against average, and save percentage as the Raiders finished atop the WHL standings. From the Western Conference, Dustin Wolf of the Everett Silvertips. The native of Tustin, California, led the WHL in all major goaltending categories, including wins, goals against average, and save percentage. Selected by the Silvertips in the 5th round of the 2016 WHL Bantam Draft, Wolf is eligible for the 2019 NHL Draft and ranked 12th among North American goaltenders by NHL Central Scouting.
Here to present the WHL Goaltender of the Year award is the great-nephew of Del Wilson, Mr. Jeff Wilson, and from Safina Foods, an official partner of the Western Hockey League, Regional Sales Director for Western Canada, Mr. Stuart Pollock. The recipient of the WHL Goaltender of the Year award is Ian Scott of the Prince Albert Raiders.
Ian, it's been a great season, a great playoff so far. You pick up this award. What does it mean to win this here today?
It's a very special honor, and I wouldn't be up here without all the boys back home in Prince Albert who have bought in every night for me.
Over the course of 4 years with the Raiders, this being your fourth, your Toronto Maple Leaf draft pick as well, who's helped you become the goaltender that you are?
Well, I'd like to thank Mike, Broder, and Kelly Gard, along with Mark Habscheid and Curtis, and my billets and parents. They've supported me and watched me grow on and off the ice as a person, and they've helped a lot.
Ian, congratulations.
Thank you.
Ian Scott, good luck in the WHL final.
Thanks, Jeff. Stuart, congratulations, Ian.
The WHL Defenseman of the Year, the recipient of the Bill Hunter Memorial Trophy, recognizes the defenseman who has demonstrated the best all-round ability at his position during the WHL regular season. The Defenseman of the Year award is named in memory of WHL co-founder and former owner and general manager of the Edmonton Oil Kings, Mr. Bill Hunter.
The nominees for WHL Defenseman of the Year are, from the Eastern Conference, Josh Brook of the Moose Jaw Warriors. The native of Roblin, Manitoba, finished tied atop the scoring charts among WHL defensemen, registering a career-high 75 points as the Warriors finished third in the WHL's East Division. The prospect of the Montreal Canadiens serves as the second consecutive Warriors defenseman to be nominated for the Bill Hunter Memorial Trophy. From the Western Conference, Ty Smith of the Spokane Chiefs, a product of Lloydminster, Alberta, recorded 69 points to rank fourth among all WHL defensemen, as the Chiefs finished second in the WHL's U.S. Division. A prospect of the New Jersey Devils, Smith's 62 assists represent a career high. In 2018, Smith was named WHL Scholastic Player of the Year for his success in the classroom.
Here to present the Bill Hunter Memorial Trophy for the WHL Defenseman of the Year award, please welcome the son of the late Mr. Bill Hunter, Mr. Bart Hunter. And from Remax of Western Canada, an official partner of the Western Hockey League, Director of Regional Advertising, Ms. Elaine Langout. The recipient of the 2018-19 WHL Defenseman of the Year award is Ty Smith of the Spokane Chiefs.
All right, Ty, congratulations on the award. What does it mean to you to win this prestigious award?
Yeah, it means a lot to me. I'm really thankful to win this award, especially considering all the great defensemen in this league, and the past winners have all been great players, and I'm fortunate to be a part of that class.
When I look at your experiences here in the Western Hockey League, whether it's the CIBC Canada-Russia Series or you're playing in the Sherwin-Williams Top Prospects game, the chance to play at the World Juniors, talk a little bit about your time in the league to date.
Yeah, I'm pretty thankful to have taken part in those events and played with and against some great players. Yeah, I think I just, every event I go to, I kind of learn that I need to continue to raise my compete level, and if I want to play in the NHL one day, that's something I need to continue to do, so I guess I'll keep working at it.
Congratulations, Ty.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elaine. Bart, congratulations, Ty.
this time, we would ask Elaine to remain on the stage. Thank you. The WHL, along with its 17 Canadian member clubs, continued with a second season of the WHL Suits Up with Don Cherry to promote organ donation, presented by RE/MAX initiative in partnership with the Kidney Foundation of Canada. The program continued to be a huge success in WHL markets, seeing the total funds raised for Kidney Foundation of Canada surpass an accumulative total of $460,000. Please welcome back up to the stage the Commissioner of the Western Hockey League, Mr. Ron Robison, and from the Kidney Foundation, Executive Director, Northern Alberta and the Territories Branch, Flavia Robles, and representing both the Kidney Foundation and the Cherry family, who are great ambassadors for the cause, Miss Cindy Cherry, for a special check presentation. This season, WHL clubs raised over $196,000. Just a tremendous accomplishment, and it's always a thrill for me to get in and see what the teams are doing with their jerseys. Congratulations on a great initiative and raising so much money for the cause. The Four Broncos Memorial Trophy is presented to the player whose performance over the course of the WHL regular season is judged to have been the most outstanding. Honoring the WHL Player of the Year, the Four Broncos Memorial Trophy is named in memory of the four Swift Current Broncos players, Trent Crease, Scott Kruger, Chris Mantica, and Brent Ruff, who died tragically in a team bus accident in 1986.
The nominees for WHL Player of the Year are, from the Eastern Conference, Trey Fix-Wolanski of the Edmonton Oil Kings. During the 2018-19 WHL season, a native of Edmonton, Alberta, registered career highs in goals, assists, and points to help the Oil Kings claim the WHL's Central Division crown for the first time in 5 years. The 5'7" prospect of the Columbus Blue Jackets finished fourth in WHL scoring with 102 points. From the Western Conference, Joachim Blichfeld of the Portland Winterhawks, the overage product of Frederikshavn, Denmark, and prospect of the San Jose Sharks, recorded career highs in all major offensive categories during the 2018-19 WHL season. Blichfeld's 53 goals and 114 points were tops in the WHL, confirming him as the second ever Danish-born Winterhawk to lead the WHL in scoring.
Here to present the Four Broncos Memorial Trophy to the WHL Player of the Year is the alternate governor of the Swift Current Broncos, Mr. Liam Chu Fu, and WHL alumni and the 89-90 recipient of the Four Broncos Memorial Trophy, Mr. Glenn Goodall. The recipient of the 2018-19 WHL Player of the Year award is forward Joachim Blichfeld of the Portland Winterhawks. Once again, accepting this award on behalf is Mike Johnson, Vice President, General Manager, and Head Coach of the Portland Winterhawks.
Mike, we got you back up here. For a player to be recognized of this top honor in the league, how much is this going to mean to him?
Well, I know, as you saw in the video, Blish was thrilled to not only win the scoring title, but this award, especially in our league, where you look at the talent in the league and the depth in our league. If he wasn't where he is right now, which we're really proud that he's trying out for Denmark and hopefully going to play in the World Championships, but it means a lot to him and it means a lot to our organization.
Earlier you talked about what type of player he is and what made him successful. What type of young man is he?
Well, he's a great person. That was probably one of his best speeches. He's usually a comedian in the dressing room and the life of the party. Just a treat to coach. He's one of those low-maintenance players.
Mike, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Liam. Glenn, congratulations, Mike, and to Joachim. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the 2019 Western Hockey League Awards. We'd like to congratulate all of our winners. The WHL would like to congratulate the Prince Albert Raiders for winning the Eastern Conference, and to the Vancouver Giants for winning the Western Conference in what we expect to be an unbelievable series. I can say this, that on January 24th, we did a game between those two teams, and of all the games we broadcast on Sportsnet this year, that game was outstanding. 140 NHL scouts were there, was coming from here the night before in a Sherwin-Williams Top Prospects game. That game was unbelievable, and I would expect to see that and more with these two teams here in the Rogers WHL Championship Series, which will get underway this Friday in what's going to be a pretty raucous atmosphere in Prince Albert. So I'm looking forward to that as they play for the Ed Chynoweth Cup and the right to represent the WHL at the 101st Memorial Cup presented by Kia in Halifax. Before we let you go, here's a little preview of what you might see in the series.
It all comes down to this. The Prince Albert Raiders and Vancouver Giants will meet in the 2019 Rogers WHL Championship Series for the right to represent the Western Hockey League in the 2019 Memorial Cup presented by Kia. The Raiders took 16 games to reach this point, sweeping the Red Deer Rebels, then beating the Saskatoon Blades in 6 games, and capturing their first Eastern Conference championship since 1985 with a 6-game series win against the Edmonton Oil Kings.
As he explodes the water bottle in behind Miskew.
Vancouver locked up their return to the WHL Championship Series for the first time since 2007 with a 6-game series win against the Seattle Thunderbirds, a sweep of the Victoria Royals, and a 5-game series victory in the Western Conference Championship against the Spokane Chiefs.
Atop the mountain of the Western Conference, we will see you in the Rogers Western Hockey League Final.
You can catch every second of 2019 Rogers WHL Championship Series action between the Prince Albert Raiders and Vancouver Giants on WHL Live. All games available via streaming at WHLLive.com.
So before we let you go, I'd like to thank the Cambridge Hotel and Conference Center for their great job in presenting the meal here this afternoon. Also, you'll see some WHL wine glasses that you can take with you on the way out. Hopefully they're not full when you leave. And we'd like to invite the winners back up to the stage for a team photo, if you will. Congratulations to all the winners. Thanks for joining us here in the wonderful city of Red Deer, and hope to see you next year.